in. Let's go ahead and put Odyssey back on if we can. Okay, we're to Odyssey 2. Hello, welcome to the show, everybody. Let's bring your chat over here onto the page. We might do this. Yeah, we might just bring the whole chat up for a change, you know, and then we'll just we'll do user area. They got that. Show client area. There we go. You don't need to see that. Okay. Now let's do this. Do the we'll take the top down, which is good. Take the bottom up a little bit. Well, no, you know what? We'll leave the bottom. We'll keep the numbers on. And now let's make it a little opaque there.
Sean, aka
We'll
Trendy Orca.
Hey, Sean.
Good morning, Nay.
Take the color out. We could turn that up a little bit. Maybe turn the brightness up. Recontrast it. Ooh. Yes. Yes. I like what you're doing here. Yes. That is great. Good morning, Sean. Sean is here. Yes, we've got the number of people here, and we will be getting chats on screen, large chats on screen, which are going to be awesome. I've also got a dab ready to go here. Derb, you gonna do derb. I'm gonna do derb. It's going to be a little challenging. I mean, this is more than a dab. I don't want to drop the whole thing on there.
Tom Langrish.
Tom.
Hey, Nay.
Hey, Tom. What's up, buddy? Okay, this should be good. Man, if I had something that would stick to this. Hey, Hordog.
Hey, Nay.
If I had something that would stick to this, that would be great. Crypto took off again last night. It exploded this morning. Went all the way up to $21,000 Bitcoin. Now it's at $20,650, $745. $20,745 right now. Pretty good. Pretty good. Let's put this right over here. We're gonna have multiple things on screen today. It's gonna be fun. We're gonna have a good show day. I think I'm ready to try to load some of this in here. So let's go ahead and do it. Start the show with a dab. Actually, I'm gonna warm this thing up and do an initial dab off it, I think. There doesn't seem to be
Big
anything
Merc
smoking in
83.
there. Oh, there's a
Yo.
little bit. Let's see if I can get a dab. We're gonna get a derb over this. See if we can get a derb. Cheers. Man, that doesn't dab at all. Okay, there's nothing in there. I'm just gonna heat this up all the way.
Heavy Padilla.
Or not.
Good morning, Nay.
Hey, Heavy P. Uh-oh. I don't hear any gas. I think I ran out of fuel.
Big Merc 83. Dab will do ya, pal Z.
There it goes. I was like, what's going on here?
Tom Langrish. Did you see today Russia are claiming the UK did a terrorist attack on the Nord gas pipeline in the summer? Worrying time.
No, what's up there, Big
Joel
Mark? How's it going,
Froggy.
buddy? Joel, what's up?
Hello,
Aaron.
Nay.
Hey, everybody, what's up? We're about to do a
Aaron.
derb. We're going to get derby.
Morning, Nay.
We're doing a derb. Doing some derbs. You're going to take my derb. Very good indeed. Okay. We're just going to let that cool now.
Big Merc 83. Day Turk or Derbs?
Derbs. Derbs. I'm going to do derb. Okay. Have some milk, have some coffee. Heel. Okay, I think we're good. Cheers, guys. No law regarding cannabis. I hope this works. Oh yeah, it worked. I'll hold that in.
Tom Langrish. Just curious, when is your next election in the U.S.?
2 weeks, Tom. 2 weeks. Our next election is in 2 weeks. And MSM is going crazy over here. A lot of narrative stuff going on. A lot of interesting things going on.
Big Merc 83.
A lot of infighting.
My daughter got stung by a scorpion in foot last
Oh my God,
night.
I'm sorry, buddy.
Then I got stung in finger squishing it in paper towels.
Aw. Well, see, that's where you fucked up, bro.
Big Merc 83.
Well, that's where you fucked up.
Unreal.
You should have taken that scorpion and let him go outside. You know, you got exactly what you deserved. That thing was just trying to live, bro, you know? I know, it's like people see something like a snake or a scorpion or something, you know, and their immediate response is to kill it.
Tom Langrish.
But, you know, the fact
Who is
is, if you
favorite
had just
to
taken
win?
that thing and taken it like 200 feet away from your house, it never would have come back, you know? Hey, man, I don't play politics favorites, bro. So, you know, you're using the wrong word when you say who's your favorite to win. I don't play favorites. Who do I want to win? What you should be asking me is,
Big Merc 83.
what policies do I
I
support?
suppose you're right.
Yeah, no big deal. It's dead now. You got what you deserved. You got a quick lesson in karma when you killed that scorpion, so don't do it again. You know, catch it, let it go outside,
Tom
even if it
Langridge.
stings somebody.
Who is the favorite to win?
I
not
do
your
that
favorite?
with hornets, bro. I catch hornets and let them go outside. Who's the favorite to win?
Tom Langrish.
Odds wise?
Odds wise.
I got you. That we don't know. You know, the polling here is so screwed up and the information is so sporadic that nobody knows who's going to win this, bro. And there's a lot of speculation on both sides. And I'm not going to tell you who I think is going to win because I don't know either. I don't have access to future polling, you know. But I'm like I said, the policies that I support are women's rights to their own bodies. I mean, that's the single most important thing to me. And everything else is second. When all these motherfuckers come in and say economy is number one, they're all a bunch of fucking cunts. Econa cunts. You know, for me, it's women. You know, if the economy, if it's the economy stupid, then you're fucking stupid. You know, if it's the economy, if that's what's important to you, well, then fuck you. You know, let's take out women's rights first. You know, make sure everyone's got equality. You know, let's do that first. And then you want to start looking at things like, you know, the economy. Great. But first you better get all your ducks in a row. You know, and it's just too bad that if you ask the majority of people in America, the number one issue is the economy. Then it's guns. You know, it's like economy. No, it's economy. Then it's foreign. I think it's what's going on with the foreign wars and shit. And then I think it's women's rights. And then it's no, it's the economy. It's crime. Yeah, it's economy, crime. And guns aren't until under women's rights, I believe, as far as what people are most concerned about. And that's the problem. Oh, you're more concerned about you know, the fact that you need the government to find you a job and you don't know how to fucking sustain your own life, that you didn't come prepared for this world. And, you know, fuck women, right? You don't care about women. It's all about you and your fucking job. They could have my job. They took my job. I can't figure out any other way to put food on my table. They took my job. But hey, no offense to those people, because, you know, that's the life that you're stuck in a lot of times. Not everybody has the ability to get out of a situation where you're not able to grow your own food. I get it. It sucks. But that's where we are. And it doesn't have to be, you know, you don't have to fucking take it with a fucking smile on your face.
Econo-cunt. You heard it first at Nay's Garden.
You did, econo-cunts. Yes, you did. You heard it first here at Nay's. You've heard a lot of things first here at
Tom
Nay's.
Langrish. Forgive me as I don't follow American politics.
No.
When could eventually Trump be back in the White House?
2 years.
That's not now, is it?
No, 2 years. The presidential election isn't for 2 years. We're having what they call not a general election. What are these elections called? Midterm elections. These are called midterm elections. Halfway through the presidential term. Well, it takes the temperature of how people feel about the current administration. So, President Biden over the last 2 months has been just trying to get all of these things accomplished really quick. Instead of doing it over the last 2 years, he just started busting ass over the last 2 weeks. You know, it's like a little too little, way too late. You should have been doing this on day one. You should have given us $15 an hour minimum wage like your lying ass promised us. You didn't do that. That's the most amount of people you could have affected positively, and you fucking sat on your damn ass, and you didn't do what you promised. I got a video of Joe Biden repeatedly promising $15 an hour minimum wage. That it wasn't even questionable.
Is it like your local
He was going to go ahead and do it as soon as he became
where your
president.
local area can change?
$15 minimum wage. Everybody was going to have that. He kept saying it over and over and over again. You know what my mom says? She's like, well, the Republicans won't let him do it. I'm like, show me the legislation where he tried to pass it. Show me the freaking legislation. You know, why didn't he just sign it into law? He's the president of the United States. How many things did Donald Trump just sign into law? You know? Do the same thing. Make the Republicans have the cuck face for a change. You know? Is it like local elections? Yeah, state elections, midterms. We also vote for senators and representatives, which go to Washington. And this is going to be a big deal because this will determine on whether or not Joe Biden will have enough senators sitting in the Senate to pass any legislation, because we're a bunch of idiots. And at one point, some moron thought it was a good idea to make it, instead of having to be a law being passed by one senator, now it's 6 because some dumb cunt thought it'd be a good idea to make it 6 instead of 1. I don't know who that fucking dumb cunt was. I don't know who passed that stupid law. And I don't know who all the dumb cunts were that said, oh, that's a great idea. Yeah, let's make it harder to pass legislation. That seems smart. And now we can't pass anything. We can't make any changes here because of the 6 this 6-seat rule. Pretty dumb, huh? You know, United States politics are just as stupid as UK politics. Isn't that funny?
If you think your politics is fucked, the UK are a laughing stock right now.
I know you guys are a laughing stock. We've been laughing our asses off at you since you put that Boris fucking fuzzy head motherfucker up as your leader. You fucking idiots. You just wanted a little baby Donald Trump, you know? Which is exactly what you got. And then he came back for one day, and now you just put some slick dude in there. Who picks that guy? Was it the king? Just designates, okay, you will be my new prime minister. How does that work? My mom and I was like, when was the election, man, you know? You guys don't get to pick your own leaders? What the fuck? They just got some fucking rich, you know, industrialist in there, some fucking rich cunt motherfucker that doesn't give a fuck about poor people. And, oh yeah, let's install him. That'll be great. That'll be a great leader for all the poors. He'll lead the poors right to their own demise. Like the fucking Pied Piper. Pied Piper of the poor. Lead him off a fucking cliff. And you guys are sitting there worried about Brexit this and no Brexit and Brexit and you guys are all fighting about that. They got you all fighting and you're not even paying attention to what's going on. So they do the same thing to us, man. They do the exact same thing to us. They put us on Twitter. They make us fight over bullshit. You know, they put this and that, and then, you know, COVID restrictions, blah, 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 and now you're going to fight over mandates. You're going to fight over the vax. You're going to fight over, you know, some of the stupidest shit I've ever seen in my entire life. Meanwhile, these guys are passing the dumbest laws to make themselves richer and more powerful. You know, and Nancy Pelosi is enriched herself by, you know, insider trading. That's provable. And I wouldn't be surprised if that guy that went in there probably picked up some of that news, you know, from the internet, because it's all over the news, that she took advantage of, you know, her position. But, you know, don't get me started on that one. I don't think the internet's ready for my commentary on that yet. But if you go to Nay's Garden, you might notice something about my new name. If you go to Twitter, you might notice something new about my name there at Nay's Garden on Twitter.
I know I should, but I don't know who to trust. One says white is white, and the opposition say white is black. It who you believe over here, and not what's right.
Bro, your problem, Tom, is you're expecting politicians to live your life for you. You're expecting politicians to get a job and a good wage for you. You're expecting politicians to put food on your table. You're expecting politicians to protect your children. This is the problem, man. These people are the lowest scum of the earth, and we put them in charge of everything. You know, and it's time that we realize what we've done, and, you know, we grab the fucking hammer. Grab a fucking hammer, guys. I don't know what else to tell y'all. Grab a fucking hammer. Because, you know, this house needs to be rebuilt. With a good construction tool, like a hammer and a saw. You know? If you guys are following at Nay's Garden on Twitter, you guys would be all caught up with the rhetoric that I put out there this morning already. I put out some really good narrative from the Nay's Garden camp, at Nay's Garden on Twitter. A lot of you guys are following me, so just turn on your Twitter, and I'll be all over that feed, man. I'm getting all kinds of likes and comments from people and talking to people that never talked to me before on Twitter. Oh, boy, it's amazing what's going on over there right now. It's almost like just Elon being there has made a change, you know, just changed people's attitudes. Oh, it's fucking great. So, while it's still going, man, get in there while it's fucking still going, because who knows what he's going to do to fuck it up. You know, like the way he put his own charging port on a goddamn Tesla.
I must admit, one thing I'm worried about is Trump getting in the hot seat again with what's going on with Russia. I don't want Trump's finger hovering over the big red button.
See, Tom, you really don't understand American politics. Donald Trump is the only politician that Vladimir Putin gets along with and likes. You don't know that. I know you don't pay attention. But, you know, that's the one good thing that would become of Donald Trump becoming president of the United States, is a relationship between Putin and Trump. That would flourish, man. And That would give us an opportunity to talk. Biden doesn't get that. He's from the Obama camp, and Obama swore he would never talk to Putin. And, Biden's just a lackey of Obama's. So you're not going to get anywhere with this motherfucker. I'm telling you, man, if Trump got into office again, that would possibly be one good thing that would become of him becoming elected, is that war in Ukraine might stop. Because Donald Trump might just be like, you know what, fuck NATO. Hey, Putin, you said you want these 4 pieces of land? You know what? I'm going to go ahead and encourage Zelensky to go ahead and give you that land. Let's go ahead and start calling it Russia. Let's end this war, and then it makes me look like a good guy. I'm the president that ended the war. Thanks to me, thousands of Ukrainians and Russians are still alive, and America never had to send troops. Oh, too late. We've already sent 5,000. Yeah, for those of you who don't know, we've got 5,000 Americans on the border of Belarus right now, of Ukraine. So you might not know that. Yeah, the 101st Airborne Division is there. So, it might actually be a good time. It wouldn't be a good time for women's rights. And that would suffer. And what did I tell you? Women's rights is my number one issue. It's not the war in Ukraine. If Russians and Ukrainians want to go over there and kill each other without my money, I'm fine with that. Let them fight their fucking stupid war over there over some land, some worthless land.
I agree.
As far as I'm concerned.
But I think it depends where the war is at that point. Did you see Trump's stupid comments saying if he was president now, I would get a plane and cover it in Chinese flags and bomb the shit out of Russia, and they would start fighting each other?
No, I did not. Never heard of that one. Anyway, as I was saying before I was interrupted, if my number one priority is women's rights, and
Tom Langrish. Yeah, there's a video in an interview saying it.
Yeah, I really don't care what Donald Trump says, right? See, Tom, you're cluing in off of things that a liar is telling you, and you're worried about things a liar, some guy that just fucking, some little dick fucking narcissist lies to you. And you're swallowing it up, man. You're swallowing that fucking narrative down like Donald Trump's tiny little dick. Stop. All right? I'm not talking about that right now. I'm talking about women's rights. And you're still trying to talk about Donald Trump, and you keep fucking interrupting me before I can make a point. So now I've let you say a million things in my chat. Can I talk now, Tom? Is that okay? About women's rights instead of fucking douchebag Trump? Is that cool? Let me know. And don't interrupt me. Anyway, as I've been trying to say now for the 3rd time, women's rights are my first priority. That's my top priority. I couldn't give a fuck about the economy, and I really don't give a fuck about a war going on in Ukraine and Russia. It doesn't concern me. I've listened enough to my mom to realize that I don't need to worry about shit that I have no control over. And since I have such a very small audience on the internet, it doesn't fucking matter what I say on this little show. I'm not making any difference here either. So I'm just going to give you, my straight opinion as far as, my hierarchy, if you will, of issues. Okay? It's women's rights. That's number one, and everything else pales in comparison. So until we address this issue, I'm going to have a problem, talking about trying to end a war, in any way, because it doesn't fucking matter to me. If you solve women's rights, then I can go to the next issue on my fucking hierarchy. Then I can go to the next thing that's bothering me. But you can't win women's rights with Donald Trump as president of the United States. He's the one that put women in this position in the first place. The problem is Biden hasn't done anything to undo it. And so when I say I want to try to get Fetterman, who would be a left liberal fucking senator that would help give Biden the power to codify Roe v. Wade, I say, hey man, let's just give them one more chance. You know, because women's rights are worth it. And if they're going to lie to us again, well, you know what? Then all bets are off. How about that? But women's rights are worth one more chance. And if these motherfuckers don't codify Roe v. Wade this time, then they know they're going to be thrown into the fucking cooker. And that's exactly the way they deserve to go. You know, and they got to sit around cuck-faced while the Republicans ruin their fucking country and send it right into the fucking toilet. But it's their fault. You know, they wanted to play fucking games and shit instead of getting on with the business of protecting women's rights. And you know what they could have done? This would have been very simple. They could have organized women's marches everywhere, and it could have been sponsored by the government. And if Joe Biden really cared about women and Kamala Harris really cared about women, they'd be out on the streets marching with women. You know, that's what leaders do. They get out on the street and they march with people. And they make their grievances known to the world. You know, they show their numbers and they afford change that way. But, you know, you're so busy worried about fucking Donald Trump becoming president again, you're 2 years away from that. And you're not thinking about women's rights at all. In fact, nobody in the audience is thinking about women's rights. Okay, go ahead. Now, you guys can all talk now. So go ahead and give me, what's your number one policy? What's your number one issue that you think politics is going to fix for you? There's a lot of people that say it's the economy because that's going to include your job. It's going to be able to put food on the table. You know, a better economy is going to give you better education for your children. It's going to give you better health care. I understand all of those things. That might be your number one issue. It's not for me, but it might be yours. You might be one of those economy stupid motherfuckers. You might be one of those econo cunts. You know, but I'm here to tell you, man, you wouldn't be here if it wasn't for a woman. So if you're not going to appreciate your own mother and the person that put you on this planet by protecting her rights, you're a piece of human garbage. And I'm talking to Donald Trump, and I'm talking to everybody that supports Donald Trump. I'm talking about every judge that he ever put into office. I'm talking about the Supreme Court morons that he put in there. I'm talking about every voter and everybody that denies the election from 2020. I'm talking about all of them. So I'm assuming that the lack of response I'm getting in the chat is you guys just completely agreeing with me. That's fine. I support you in agreeing with me. I think you guys are good for doing that. And thank you for letting me talk. Because, you know, when I'm saying something and making sense and trying to, you know, actually make... I wish you guys would, before you send something, you know, before you hit enter, listen to what I'm saying before you send it, man. You guys do it all the time. Yeah, I'm nice enough of a podcaster to literally just let you blurt shit out in my live stream. At least show me a little bit of freaking maturity that you can wait until I'm making a good point to stop and wait for a break when I grab my bong or whatever to chat then. Your timing is fucking horrible sometimes, you know, and it pisses me off because I'm getting high and it's hard for me to remember things that I just said. And when you interrupt me rudely like you do, it's almost impossible to remember what I said 30 seconds ago while I wait for your bullshit to come through. You know, that's the point I'm trying to make about the chat. And if you guys would appreciate the fact that I give you a voice on this show, that your voice is literally read by a computer voice, well, let me hear from you right now. Any of you. At all.
Tom Langrish. Sorry, Nay, I didn't mean to interrupt before.
Tom,
didn't mean to come across rude.
You're not rude. I just need to make that point because you're not the only one that does it, man. It's like when
Sean,
people like Sean does it.
Orca.
Sean does it.
I appreciate you.
I will be talking about something. Sean will come right in, and the first thing he'll do is like, "Hey, Nate, what's up?" And I'll be right in the middle of saying something, and I have to talk over that. You know, it's like wait for me to finish a point and then say hello. Why can't you guys do that? I mean, I know the timing is off a little bit sometimes. But fast forward, man. Come on. I mean, I'm giving you guys a voice on my show. Not everybody does that. And, you know, you're not going to hear your readouts on Jackson Hinkle unless he hits a fucking button. On mine, you guys have carte blanche, man. You guys have a fucking pass to say whatever you want on here. I would just think that, you know, you play ball with me. And I appreciate you too, Sean.
Tom Langrish. Yeah, I get that.
But
sometimes
dude,
something comes in
then
my
you
head,
type it
and I have
out.
to say it.
I understand.
But I hear you.
Type it out and then wait to hit the enter button, man. Wait until I'm done getting a point across. Like right now would be a great time for anybody to talk while we're just bantering back and forth. You know, but when I am pontificating and I'm literally covering, you know, like let's say what I put in the title of the video, and I'm making that point that's so important to the video because it's the whole reason of the video. I realize that people aren't listening to what I'm saying when they just interrupt me, and especially when they interrupt me with stuff that's unrelatable to what I'm talking about. That's the thing that drives me crazy. You know, I don't mind Sean coming in and saying, "Yo, Nay, what's up?" As soon as he comes in, he's excited, he wants to say hi. I don't have a problem with that so much. It's when I'm talking about something and somebody else types a big old thing or whatever about something off topic. That pisses me the fuck off. Yeah, if you want to see me pissed off, you know, try that a couple times. Watch how fast I'm going to block you. You know? Cyber's having a dream right now. He's hearing some old man yell a lot on the internet. Am I right? So it's just about hitting that enter button.
Poor dog. There's also a pretty long lag between typing a response and it showing up on chat 20 seconds late.
I get that. I get that totally, whore dog. It's if we're talking about something, if we're in the middle of a conversation like Tom and I were, it's fine to interrupt me with what you're saying. But Tom was going on about Donald Trump, and I was trying to talk about women's rights. You know, Tom all of a sudden asked a question about the elections and things like that, and I was able to explain all that to him. But, man, it's really important. The point that I make about women's rights, you guys should all be on board with that, man. All of you. You should all be clapping and cheering and sharing this around and making comments in the chat about, nay, I totally agree with you. Yes, women's rights should be our #1 issue. Why is it not? Because men are shit. Men like Donald Trump are shit. Men like Joe Biden are shit. You want to know why Joe Biden doesn't give women the codification of Roe v. Wade? I already know. We've talked about it many times on this show. You guys know why. And he says it all the time. He says he's a devout Catholic and he honors his religion above all things. He says it all the time. You can find Joe Biden quotes of that all the time. What's Catholicism say about abortion? It's illegal. Jesus Christ does not allow for it. That's what the fucking Pope says. Or that's what Catholicism says. So it's okay in Joe Biden's mind because his job is to lie. He's a politician.
AKA Trendy Orca.
Thank you, Sean.
I agree with you, Nay.
So it's okay for Joe Biden, in his mind, to lie to you because he's being honest with who he believes is Jesus Christ, his Lord and Savior. You know, and he's doing it. He's lying for Jesus. You know, he's not codifying Roe v. Wade because Jesus tells him not to. You're gonna think that you're gonna get something out of this man? I mean, at least Donald Trump told you he was gonna do it. You know, Joe Biden does it and acts like he wants the other. Yeah, I'm gonna codify. Just give me 2 more senators. Just give me 2 more senators. It's the first thing I'm gonna do. Codify Roe v. Wade. You know what, old man? Fine. I voted for a Democratic senator in this state, and I'm on my show all the time telling people about women's rights. We're going to give you that. I'm even on arguing with Sabby Sabs about John Fetterman. Okay? I want these guys to get in because we want to give you just enough rope to choke yourselves. You know? And I want to see these Democrats fucking choke because I'm sick of fucking getting lied to. I'm sick of my mom getting lied to by these fucking cunts. I'm sick of it.
Tom Langrish. Back to women's rights. Over here in the UK, we seem to be better compared to other countries. I know it should be fair, and we shouldn't just be better. The main thing wrong with women's rights in the UK is equal pay for equal jobs.
let's worry about their autonomy before we worry about their pay scale. You know, you can't do it all at once, bro. And if you don't make them equal by allowing them having autonomy over their own bodies, you're never going to be able to get them equal pay, because you're already saying that they're not equal to men because they don't get autonomy over their bodies. So why should we pay them as much as a man? That actually makes sense, and it's fucking stupid. And you're going to give that to them. You have to go after a woman's autonomy first. It's got to be, the very first issue should not be about the economy. It should be about women's rights. And the fact that America, when they polled, they say it's the economy, they don't give a shit about women in this country. That's why Donald Trump got elected president. Because more people didn't give a shit about women or black people or immigrants or any of that shit. And they outnumbered the people who cared. You know? And it didn't help that Hillary Clinton subverted Bernie Sanders. Bernie Sanders would have destroyed Donald Trump.
Sean, a.k.a. Trendy Orca.
That's too goddamn bad.
Women absolutely should have the ultimate say on their bodies. Government should GTFO people's personal lives.
You know, did Hillary Clinton ever say she was going to codify Roe v. Wade when she became president of the United States? Did she promise to do that? I've never seen a tape of that, and I'd like to see it if somebody could come up with that. Hillary Clinton promising to codify Roe v. Wade. You know what? I'm gonna search it right now myself. (2022). Yeah, you're not going to find anything from her in 2018 or you know, when was that election? 2016? What about 2015? What about Hillary saying that in 2015? She says it in 2022. Where was she on Roe v. Wade 2015? 2018? (2022, 2022, 2022, 2022, 2019, 2022, 2022, 22, 22, 22, 22, 22. Huh. She never said she was going to do it. Huh. Wow. 16. Here we go. During the second presidential debate, Clinton affirmed her commitment to ensuring Roe v. Wade is protected. I want a Supreme Court that will stick with Roe v. Wade and a woman's right to choose. Yeah, but why didn't you promise to codify Roe v. Wade? You know, Barack Obama promised that. Then you ran for president after him. You were in his administration. 2016. Why didn't you promise to do what he promised to do? You know why? Because she's a fucking Catholic too. What do you want from these people, man? Jesus has them by their balls. And she's probably not a Catholic. I don't know what religion she is. She's probably some kind of Christian or something. I'm going to look that up right now. Methodist. That's not Catholic, right? Oh, that was when she was in 6th grade. She was in Methodist. When she was running against Trump, evangelicals said Hillary Clinton had stronger religious beliefs than Donald Trump did. She's a lifelong Methodist, it says. So, I'm assuming a Methodist is not a Catholic. I don't know anything about that religion. Any of you guys Methodists out there that know, or Catholics? Do you guys are you affiliated at all? You're both forms of Christian, right? I wonder how Methodists view abortion. Let's do that. Methodist view on abortion. The United Methodist Church has come to accept abortion, the killing of innocent babies. Okay, no, okay. That's their attitude. It's the killing of innocent babies, Methodists. And she is a lifelong Methodist. So you're the reason why you're getting that double speak out of Hillary Clinton over Roe v. Wade is because she was never going to codify it either. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if she had something to do with Barack Obama not codifying it. I wouldn't be surprised at all. She was in his administration. You know? Oh boy, I would have loved to have heard the conversation between Barack Obama and Hillary Clinton about codifying Roe v. Wade. Man, that would be great. You know, guilty. Guilty is charged, man. There's no
Mike Pasquarello.
there's no explaining your way out of it. Good morning,
GM
bro.
man.
Dude, I got my dabber
Cheers.
here, man. I got a little bit of dabby dabs. Let's do derby derb. We're gonna do derby that man. Derby derb time. We're gonna do derb. Ooh, we're gonna do derb. We're gonna do derb. As soon as I am ready here, dude, I got a good one ready to go. I'm ready to go. I'm ready for my derb. I guess I'll do it like this. Okay, women absolutely should have the ultimate say on their bodies. Government should get the fuck out of people's personal lives. I totally agree with that. Well said. Well said, Sean. Okay, let's do this. Cheers. Oh, that was great. Okay, let's move on to the next thing. Who's David DePappy? Fucking hero, that's who. That is why politicians shouldn't live in glass houses. Scrabble variants now cause the majority of new COVID-19 infections in the U.S. That's CNN reporting. Flu season in the United States hasn't been this bad this early in more than 10 years. Oh, wow, I don't know. It's almost like masking and social distancing kind of helped us out the last 2 or 3 years, huh? Isn't that funny? Huh. Weird. And now all of a sudden, oh yeah, we're all catching the flu again. But yeah, of course, if we were all intermingling, it would help with immunity. I understand how immunity works. We're all breathing each other's air and shit. It does help to fight off infection and bacteria and whatnot. Viruses, actually. But, man, if we had just stuck with the goddamn masking and shit, social distancing, locking down, unnecessarily, not doing all these huge social events and shit. I know everybody wants to make money and shit. Everybody wants to go out and be free and do whatever the fuck. Dude, Ed Bassmaster, the guy that goes, psh, unreal, that guy, he's caught COVID 3 times. What do you think's going to happen to his organs by the time he's 60, man? You think that's going to have any detrimental effect on him? Maybe go look at some of the research. I mean, catch COVID once and you're going to have some issues. They say if you get multiple times, then you're going to have worse. So, you could be like Ed Bassmaster and run around the country and do shows. I understand. He loves doing that. But you know what? He doesn't have to do that. He just feels like he has to, and Jimmy Dore feels like he has to, and Ron Placone and Graham Elwood and all the musicians out there in bands that are doing it. They have to find reasons to bring all these people into large groups. We've got the President of the United States denying that we even have a pandemic in the middle of a fucking pandemic. While, we're getting ready to go into the cold season and we've got 3 different diseases that are affecting kids in emergency rooms. They don't even have enough beds here in the United States on the East Coast for kids. And we're just starting? Oh boy. We're in for a rocky 2023, man. We got all kinds of problems. Things could have been so much better, but no, we can't have Bernie Sanders as president. That would have been awesome. It would have been awesome. God, man.
Big Merc 83. Greatest invention in history, soap.
Looks like a red-headed woodpecker. What is that? Oh, ivory-billed. God, ivory-billed woodpecker looks just like a fucking red-headed woodpecker. Except, I think the red-headed's got speckles on it somewhere. Wow. They say that's extinct. Don't worry about it. It's just another animal's gone extinct, guys. Nothing to worry about. Nothing to see here. Zelensky says Russia's mobilized troops are poorly trained and equipped. Dude, that's news. Look, can I show you this? Oh my God. They're claiming that's news. It's what Zelensky said about Russia. The guy who's getting his ass beat right now from that country. He's got something to say, and they're quoting it like it's some kind of fact. Oh my God, where did it go? Look at this. And right above this, it's so stupid. Look at this. Oh my God. Look at these stupid headlines. This is all on CNN.com right now. Look at this one. There are moments in history where entire armies suddenly stop fighting. CNN asked experts what Putin may soon find out about his own troops in Ukraine. What he may? That's news? He may? Is that news, dude? Isn't that funny? He may find out. Look at this one. Live updates. Zelensky says. Oh, he says? Oh, he says it. Hey, everybody. The guy who's just got 40% of his power grid taken out by Russia says mobilized troops are poorly trained and equipped. Well, it doesn't look like the drones were doing too bad. You know, not to rub it in your face, but shut the fuck up, Zelensky. Not to rub it in your face and be a dick, but as long as you're going to sit there and misrepresent what's going on over there, you know, I'm going to have to call you out on your bullshit on my show because that's what I do. You know? So there's this doctor that debunked all of the bullshit that Jimmy Dore says about the vax. And she's Australian. She's great, man. I was watching one of her videos this morning. I retweeted her. And I left her a message on YouTube, bro. And she actually messaged me back on YouTube, which no one ever sees my YouTube stuff. It's the first time anyone's ever commented back on YouTube to me. And I was like, whoa. So I said, yeah, you know, Jimmy Dore would never have you on his show. I said, and that's a compliment. And she said, yeah, I do believe he did tweet at me once, and he said that I was doing a huge disservice by providing misinformation to Twitter. And she goes, I was even surprised that he knew who I was. It's pretty cool. So because she did that, I kind of feel like I want you guys to see, because she talked to me, you know, which was cool, man. She talked to me. She recognized that I am a person. You know, she didn't ignore me. She didn't delete my comment. She actually agreed with me. And so unfortunately, no, I can't play this because I don't want to get a CDC information thing from fucking YouTube, but I am going to give you guys a link to the video.
Billy Valentine.
Billy!
Morning.
Good morning, Billy. Here's a link to her awesome video, guys. I am not going to play it on the live stream because I will get a disclaimer, and I don't want a fucking disclaimer on my video. So fuck YouTube. But there's the link. Her channel is called Back to the Science. Like Back to the Future, but it's Back to the Science. So I would love it if you guys would choose to watch her. You know what? We could watch that on Rumble. Yeah, that's what we'll do. I'll tell you what. Those of you guys that come on over to Rumble after the show, we'll watch her video over there on Rumble. Because there I've got the freedom to do something like that. And I'll talk about it, and we'll talk about what a douchebag Jimmy Dore is for putting people's lives at risk over his own personal fucking, to boost his own ego, you know. I said this morning, you know, I said for clicks, I called it a click orgy. I was like, Jimmy Dore, you know, put this up, you know, for his click orgy to continue. But that's all it is. It's all he's concerned about is getting clicks. He's not concerned about people's lives. He doesn't give a fuck about you.
Hippie chick. Hey, Nay morning.
Hey, hippie chick. He did a really good job of pretending to give a fuck about people, but it was really just all about him. When he was doing the whole Medicare for all thing, that was really just about him. He's the one that had a hard time with his fucking health. He's the one that needed the goddamn insurance. He's the one that he was advocating for the whole time he was doing Medicare for all. Now I see it, Now I see it for what it is because I see how he is with his audience about COVID. He doesn't give a fuck. He just wants to send everybody out into the fucking, as they were talking about Ukraine, into the fucking meat grinder. He doesn't give a fuck. Step into the meat grinder. Come see my fucking show live. None of us are wearing masks. And by the way, Ed Bassmaster's caught COVID 3 times. Jackson Hinkle claims he's caught it 5 times. I wonder what's going to happen to Jackson Hinkle's organs when he hits 40. If he even makes it to 40. What do we got going on this morning, folks? Anything else? I pulled up the CNN there just to check news headlines, but just a lot of misinformation, disinformation, narrative playing. Now on my news feed, UPAC shows up as a commercial on my news feed because I was looking for a fucking moving company. Trans care ban backed by Florida Medical Board. What a bunch of fucking idiots. Let's cover this. You guys better leave my trans people alone. I'm so sick of this shit. I am so sick of this shit. This is just like any other marginalized group of human beings, and god damn it, let them have what they need. Stop taking their fucking lives away from them, man. They've had this for all of fucking history of humanity. They're finally becoming recognized by society. They can finally come out of the closets and shit. And what do you fucking do? Oh yeah, we're not going to let you use your insurance for medical care when you want to get some kind of surgery, gender-altering surgery. Fuck you. How about you go fuck yourself? All I can say is all the people that support this kind of legislation, I really, really, really do wish it upon your children. If you're having a child or a grandchild, I really hope they're born trans. And I know a lot of trans people are like, "Nay, don't do that, man. It's you don't want to do that, bro. Don't say that." Sorry, I gots to say it. I wish it on all of your fucking children. Okay? Fuck you. You're subhumans. Now, this show is about to get really heated up. So we're going to give it about 2 more minutes in a bong rip. Then we're going to kill it. And we're going to go over to Rumble. And all of you guys who have Rumble accounts, you're going to be able to enjoy the fire that's about to ensue. In the meantime, speaking of fire ensuing, no law regarding cannabis. I did extra push-ups this morning, guys. Can you tell? Oh, that fat back there. It ruins the whole effect. The fat ruins the effect. Well, what's this? What's going on right here? Look at this.
Big Merc 83.
What's going on right there? I don't know how to flex my stomach muscles.
Hashtag God of Hellfire.
God of Hellfire. I am the God of Hellfire. Okay. No law regarding cannabis. Iceman, cheers. Cyber Reload, you're sleeping, but in your dreams, cheers, my friend, if you're doing a big bong hit in your dreams. Okay, cheers, everybody. 2 minutes in a bong rip, and we're going to Rumble.
Hippie chick. Doing a bong rip with Nay and the Trendies. Billy Valentine. Yeah, unfortunately it's listed as cosmetic. Medical insurance has never paid for anything cosmetic.
Really, is a bris cosmetic? You know, that's bullshit. Trans care ban backed by Florida Medical Board. The Florida Medical Board Committee on Friday approved a prospective rule that will ban medical or surgical gender-affirming care for trans youth under the age of 18. The committee's recommendation will be passed to the board, who will make the official ruling next Friday. You know, I'm got to tweet this out right now to everybody. Copy. You know, if you care at all about people, all people, please retweet this article now. You know, I mean, what are they called? You hinted you were going
Billy
to follow
Valentine.
free speech law.
A bris is not done by insurance.
Is that still the case?
A medical
How
circumcision
do you feel
is.
about your recent purchase?
And they're the same thing. Good point.
I'm making a tweet.
Billy Valentine. I'm doing a chirp.
I'm back too. We're all celebrating our old accounts. People coming back on Twitter saying, "Hey man, what's up, everybody? Woo, we're back!" It's awesome, man. We're bringing back all of our old accounts. All right, listen. Come on over to Rumble. Okay, I'll give you a link to Rumble. We're gonna end the show over here. And we're going to go to Rumble because I got some things I got to say, and I cannot say them here. Whore is already over there. Whore, congratulations. You and 5 other people made it there. Okay, great. In the chat, here is a link to the Rumble. I'll put a link to the Rumble on Twitter. Sick rant, anyone? You guys are coming over? Okay, let's end the show. I'll see you guys in a minute on Rumble.
Like my hot photo here.
Okay. Liking it. Bye, guys. See you over on